In this video, we are going to talk about how Elon Musk finally exposed Joe Biden's corruption. Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, slammed President Joe Biden on Tuesday during a speech at the Recode conference in Beverly Hills, California, calling his administration biased against Tesla and claiming it appeared to be dominated by unions. In typical irreverent fashion, Musk also repeated several of his previous jabs at the Securities and Exchange Commission, reaffirmed his support for cryptocurrencies and nuclear energy, and claimed to be upbeat about Tesla and tech in China despite recent antitrust and cryptocurrency crackdowns there. Beef with Biden. Code host and general editor for Recode Kara Swisher questioned Elon Musk about recent tweets he made criticizing President Joe Biden. Musk exhaled. Biden organized this EV summit. Tesla was not invited. GM, Ford, Chrysler, and UAW were invited. The White House will host an EV summit. Not a single mention of Tesla was made, and GM and Ford were lauded for initiating the EV revolution. Is there anything a little biased about this? Additionally, it's not the friendliest administration you know. As far as I can tell, appears to be under the control of unions. He denied waiting for either former President Donald Trump to run for office again or for him to become president when Swisher questioned him about it. On taxes. Swisher asked Musk, the world's richest person, to react to charges that while his firms have gotten government contracts and subsidies, the CEO has evaded paying some U.S. taxes through clever, if legal, accounting procedures. ProPublica's June analysis of billionaires' finances included Musk's tax bill. Musk's 2018 tax bill was $0. Musk called ProPublica's coverage tricky and misleading. He said the number was low because he doesn't get a salary, so his cash compensation is zero. Musk borrows against time-vested stock options. As he accumulated Tesla and SpaceX shares, he hasn't bothered to sell a stake. Musk said SpaceX and Tesla's success wasn't guaranteed. They almost avoided bankruptcy. But I never stole money. Now this is being made bad. Tesla never warned shareholders it was bankrupt. Musk's marginal tax rate will be over 50% when Tesla stock options expire. I have a lot of options expiring early next year, so I'll sell a significant block in Q4 or they'll expire. You'll pay lots of taxes. Swisher. Musk said, huge. I'll sell mostly tax. Critics may think wealthy people borrowing against their stock is a tax dodge. This is frequent but risky, he said. Borrowing against stock is fun until you hit margin calls and go to zero during a recession, which happens every time. I've said our stock price is too high, but that didn't stop the rise, he said. What should I do? I didn't raise it. Laughter ensued. My tax rate is 53%. They say I pay low taxes, but I pay a lot. Options expiring in 3 months will cost a lot, saying. CNBC asked ProPublica for comment. Editor-in-chief Stephen Engelbert responded. Musk's comments confirm that he paid no federal income taxes in 2018. Musk has supported his lifestyle by borrowing against his stock holdings, an example of buy, borrow, and die in our story. We noted that his recent tax payments were a small portion of his multi-billion-dollar gains. ProPublica sent Musk detailed questions before their June story, but he didn't respond. Musk said ProPublica has no interest in his finances on Tuesday. We're interested in any comment he might have on the U.S. tax system or his own techniques, Engelbert said Wednesday on Twitter. Swisher questioned Musk's prolific and occasionally aggressive Twitter use. She asked, walk us through tweeting. Musk mocked Swisher. I roommate for hours. My strategy team and I confer, he stated to applause. Or I'm drunk and bare peshed. Gone. I'll shoot myself, boom. Let me shoot myself, boom. That's my tweets. In 2018, the SEC sued Tesla and Musk for securities fraud after Musk tweeted he had funding to take Tesla private for $420 per share. Musk and Tesla each paid $20 million to resolve the claim, and Musk resigned as Tesla's chairman. Musk agreed to have material tweets reviewed by a Tesla compliance officer before he posts them. Are you scared the SEC will monitor your tweets? Swisher. Musk. What's that? I remember Elon's, but not the other two words. Crypto and China. When Tesla reported in February that it had spent roughly $1.5 billion on Bitcoin, it caused a stir. The holdings were revealed and the price of Bitcoin immediately shot up. The price of Bitcoin fell in May after Musk said on Twitter that Tesla would stop taking Bitcoin as payment for its electric vehicles. The price of a particular coin tends to rise, at least temporarily, when Musk tweets support for it, as he did with Dogecoin. When Swisher inquired about regulating cryptocurrencies, Musk suggested that the SEC take a step back. Simply let it fly, he advised. All cryptocurrency-related operations have just been deemed unlawful by the People's Bank of China. Swisher questioned Musk about his worries about operating in China or the state of U.S.-China ties. Musk praised Tesla's workers and Shanghai vehicle assembly facility before claiming he is not especially concerned about China at the moment. According to Musk, trust levels in China with tech companies and global enterprises would start heading in a more positive direction when the pandemic recedes and in-person interactions resume. Musk stated that he believed China may not be embracing cryptocurrencies in part as a result of the country's electrical shortages and the enormous amount of electricity required for Bitcoin mining. However, he added that China might be leery of cryptocurrencies because of their ability to weaken the influence of centralized governments. Musk agreed with Swisher when he remarked that he alone has the power to alter the shares in cryptocurrencies more than China. If that's a good thing, she questioned him. He replied, if it goes up, I suppose it is. Space and energy. Swisher and Musk had a lengthy conversation about SpaceX, its rivals, plans to grow the Starlink satellite internet service, and aspirations to transform mankind into a multi-planet species. During their conversation about SpaceX, Musk made fun of Blue Origin's phallic-shaped rocket and chastised Jeff Bezos for his aerospace company's litigiousness. Can you explain why it has that shape from a technological standpoint? Swisher inquired. If you were simply going to be flying suborbital, your rocket can be somewhat shorter, sure, replied Musk in his typically sardonic fashion. Musk clarified that he subtweets Bezos rather than speaking with the founder of Amazon, which means that he tweets about him without directly addressing him. Musk responded, we take tremendous measures to ensure our satellites do not interfere with our telescopes, in response to a question about how SpaceX has caused light pollution that has hampered astronomers' work. According to him, SpaceX may launch some new telescopes with 10 times the resolution of the Hubble using the Starship vehicle. Only amateur astronomers, he claimed, are currently criticizing SpaceX. One audience member spoke about Musk's concerns on utilities' ability to produce and transport enough electricity to power electric vehicles as they gained popularity as the session came to a close. Musk predicted that as the world switches from gas-powered to electric vehicles, the world's electricity demand would roughly double. The grid would have several difficulties as a result, he predicted. He claimed that the demand is unworkable unless significant local power generation is installed in households using techniques like Tesla-brand residential solar solutions. He stated that in addition to rooftop solar, large, sustainable power generation developments, primarily wind and solar, will need to be added to the grid. These developments will need to be paired with battery packs in order to mitigate the intermittent nature of renewable energy. Musk added this as a last observation. In a way, I support nuclear power. Additionally, I find the public's opposition to nuclear power surprising. I'm not advocating for the construction of numerous additional nuclear power plants. However, I don't believe we should stop ones that are running safely. They had to build a ton of coal power plants as a result of doing this in Germany, and I don't think that was the best course of action. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you've enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.